Hi, I'm Liz Schrum of the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show, brought to you by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, Madison Gas and Electric, and our newest sponsor, the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee. On today's show, Tom Still, in his commentary, talks about the plan to give UW-Madison more independence. And Rod HIse, president of the Luminis Group, talks about the results of the latest statewide tech leader survey. I'll be right back with a WisBusiness.com stock report for early March.
When someone you count on anticipates your needs, your job becomes a whole lot easier. Grant Thornton clients get advice and recommendations from partners in the U.S. and through member firms worldwide. Grant Thornton.
And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for early March 2011. Rising exports. The State Department of Commerce says Wisconsin exports last year grew by nearly 20% to $19.8 billion. Canada was again the largest market, followed by Mexico and China. Industrial machinery, including computer equipment, was the top manufacturing commodity at $6.3 billion. Other top commodities included electrical machinery, medical and scientific instruments, transportation equipment, and paper products. The state now ranks as the 18th largest exporting state, up from 21st in 2006. And falling, Wisconsin's tax climate. Wisconsin's state and local tax burden jumped to fourth highest in the country in 2009, up from sixth in 2008, according to the Tax Foundation. Its study found Wisconsin workers paid 11% of their income in state and local taxes, up from 10.7% in 2008. The national average was 9.8%. The study showed that even though taxes stayed fairly constant in real dollars, incomes fell, thus raising the tax burden. That's the WisBusiness.com stock report. Go to WisBusiness.com for more on these and other stories. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
By now you've probably heard that Governor Scott Walker would like to split the University of Wisconsin at Madison away from the larger UW system, giving it more flexibility to manage its own hiring, pay scales, construction, tuition rates, and more. Most of that is now controlled by state government. You've probably also heard the rest of the UW campuses are somewhat suspicious of the plan, which they believe will weaken a 40-year-old system that helps make all campuses stronger. So far, most of the back and forth has involved UW chancellors, regents, students, and faculty. But how should the business community view Walker's plan? The answer isn't simple, of course, but it starts with a core business concept: competition. The UW-Madison competes at a different level than other UW system campuses. When the Madison campus hires professors, recruits students, competes for research grants, and woos private donors, it's competing with the likes of Michigan, Stanford, Harvard, and MIT. In recent years, as state tax support for the Madison campus has declined in real terms, its ability to compete has been weakened. That's been made all the worse by state regulations that treat the campus, perhaps Wisconsin's single largest economic driver, as just another state agency. Madison Chancellor Biddy Martin has been talking about the need for campus flexibility. She calls it the New Badger Partnership, for more than a year. It shouldn't be a surprise that Walker has listened to her at a time when money is tight and one of the best things the state can do for the campus is to let go. What may be good for the Madison campus may eventually be good for others if this experiment works. The same state rules that make it harder for the Madison campus to compete with its peers also tie the hands of the other 12-year campuses. While many of those campuses rely on the UW system for help on many major projects, they could also benefit from a dose of independence from the state. Of course, there are potential dangers that come with breaking off UW-Madison from the system. One example is the new governing structure proposed for the Madison campus. It would be a 21-member board with 11 members named by the governor. In theory, it could be packed with anti-stem cell, close the law school appointees who don't see the bigger picture. In practice, those appointees will more likely represent a cross-section of views. If the UW-Madison prospers with more autonomy, so might other UW campuses. The current system is slowly suffocating every campus, so let's give this new approach the old college try.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Rod HIse and more on the results of the quarterly Tech Leader Survey.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Rod HIse, president of the Luminis Group, a Madison-based communications firm that conducts the quarterly Tech Leaders statewide survey on behalf of WISBusiness.com and the Tech Council. Thanks for joining us, Rod.
It's my pleasure to be here.
The WIS Business Tech Leader Survey has now been in the field continuously for 7 quarters. Tell us who is surveyed and how.
Well, we have a list of 800 tech leaders from around the state, and that's broken into 4 sectors or categories: biotech and medical devices, infotech, clean tech and agriculture, and advanced manufacturing. And these leaders are surveyed every quarter using email and web-based survey technology.
The latest business climate survey reveals that most tech leaders are optimistic about the Wisconsin economy. How does that compare to past surveys?
Well, it's really interesting when you take a look at the results of this quarter survey compared to the quarter a year ago. It's really quite amazing. 18% of those executives surveyed now believe the state of Wisconsin's economy is good. That's a substantial increase from a year ago. And when we take a look at how respondents thought about the next 12 months, whether it would get better, stay the same, or get worse, we actually have a 15 percentage point increase in the number of respondents who said the economy would get better.
A special tech leader survey last week received strong feedback on a question about Governor Scott Walker's efforts to dramatically limit the role of public employee unions. Tell us more about what the survey revealed on that question and how recent unrest might affect the business climate in Wisconsin.
Well, it's interesting. The results of that survey showed that the tech leaders who responded to that special survey last week, 58% of them approved of the governor's position, the 2 items in the budget repair bill, ending collective bargaining for most public employees and increasing health and pension contribution to public employees. And roughly 38% opposed those measures. The other question that we asked had to do with whether or not the controversy surrounding the governor's budget repair bill will affect perceptions of Wisconsin's ability to attract and retain jobs. And it was pretty interesting because more than 44% of those surveyed said that the controversy surrounding the budget repair bill would actually positively affect perceptions of Wisconsin's ability to attract and retain jobs.
Thanks, Rod, and thank you for watching this edition of WISBusiness.com, The Show. The show is produced by WISBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council and sponsored by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum. See you next time.